Our year spent at Hatboro-Horsham will always be remembered as a time of expanding our horizons. We must remember, though, that this is only the beginning. As we move on after graduation, let us all strive to be the best that we can be. Thank you.
And you, my Father, there on that sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light.
And even though we walk through different ways to different hills, that hill remains the same. Watch every splendor, envy all the sky, but recognize the days we knew and hear the simple sounds we heard. As birds that fly southward to warmth, we shall come back one year. The little teeth of time will make no mark on any stone, or any leaf or bark.
It is not the sport or activity itself, it is the people involved, the team, that makes it special. It is not the textbooks or the blackboards and chalk that teach us. It is the teachers who inspire us to always be curious and want to learn, and always do our best no matter what. Growing together for the past 4 years at Hatboro-Horsham has made all of us the people that we are today, and we couldn't have done it without each other.
And we're traveling, moving towards our dreams. Though the road may dip and turn, we face this journey head on, confident that within ourselves lies the courage and determination to make our lives what we want. As Walt Whitman wrote, the road is open, and the world lies ahead, awaiting us.
You are the
We know that we are blessed and lucky.
Dream rushes over us with the desire to be part of the world.
Your help
through our years has not gone unnoticed.
The future unfolds before us and forms the paths we must choose.
When my senior year arrived, I was excited to finally be a senior and to think about all the prestige that comes with being king of the hill. This was my philosophy throughout the year until now, when the truth of the matter suddenly hit me. High school is over. We hope that we have made friendships that will last a lifetime. And in many cases, I'm sure we have. But the sad reality is these precious moments at graduation will be the last few times that we will be with many friends that we have made during our 4-year high school career. Many of them we will never see again. Because of this, graduation can be a sad time. But we shouldn't think of it this way. Every student, every experience, every fond memory will remain alive in our hearts. We have become what we have learned, and we take it with us. We take it with us as we embark on our voyage into that mysterious place called the real world.
When I think of the many memories I've had over the past 2 years, my heart fills a sense of warmth and is full of peace. The change of schools has brought me much closer to my family emotionally because I spent many late nights talking with them about problems I had. They always encouraged me to look on the brighter side of things and not to be discouraged when things weren't going my way. They gave me strength not to let things get me down and to always look at the cup as half full, not half empty. I owe a lot to them. Without them, I don't know where I would be. I also owe a lot to my friends. They've always offered advice when it came to girls and other situations that I always couldn't talk to my parents about. When I walked down that aisle graduation night, looking at my family and friends, I would feel proud of my accomplishments in and out of school. I know when I look back on my high school life 30 years from now, I'll remember many things, some good times, some bad. But one thing I'll always be proud of is making the decision to transfer where I spent the best years of my life, Hatboro-Horsham.
To gain experience in helping others, I joined the community service groups like Diploma and Interact. Through working with a variety of people, I learned the importance of helping others. Unfortunately, I feel I have not been as successful in the second part of my goal, that is to be a confident person. Marching band and other music-related groups have helped me tremendously to overcome my shyness, but I have a lot further to go. I know with hard work, my confidence level will grow, just like my desire to help others do. Next year, I'm going off to an out-of-state college. At college, I will be faced with tougher schoolwork, be living away from home, and meeting a whole new group of people. Although I am excited about next year, I am also worried. I am worried about all of the new situations I will experience at college. However, I do have the confidence that my strong work ethic, which has been nurtured and has grown through the help of my family and the teachers at Hatboro-Horsham, will enable me to be successful throughout college and for the rest of my life.
As I lie here looking at the clock, I realize something. Life is a series of seconds, and in each second, something happens. 1 second can be the happiest moment, and the next, you can find yourself lying helplessly on the floor. In 1 single second, my life was altered. I'll never play in high school again, but I have to look to the future, like my dad said. He lost a year of his life in a war that seemed to have no meaning. I'm sure every day he must have looked forward to the future and to coming home, and I know that he no longer takes home for granted. I know that I'm going to watch a lot of seconds tick off the clock while I work towards getting back to playing lacrosse. I also know that I'm going to remember every second of the pain of not being able to play, so that when I can play, I will value every second. Don't ever forget these days. Remember how hard we have worked to reach this point in our lives, and how much it means to have reached our goals. And no matter what we do or where we go, always value every second and cherish every moment.
passing there had worn them really about the same. And barefoot morning equally lay, and leaves mixed up the trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how late he'd gone to lay, I doubt if I should ever come back. I shall be tying this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Some changes come easy as season to season and youth to age. Some changes come hard, reluctant and painful as birth and rebirth. You cannot change me, only I can change. If I can endure the struggle and push past the frustration. No one can change me, only I can. If I accept the risk of failure and try again. I have changed in small, imperceivable ways. I have learned to listen more carefully. My life is changed by moments of great joy and times of sadness. And the changes have shaped my life, and still I change. Some changes come easy, nurtured by gentle thoughts and prayers. Some changes come hard, deliberately fought for over and over again.
And tomorrow the sun will shine again, and on the path I follow, it will unite us again in our happiness, in the midst of this earth which breathes the sun. And to the broad shore, blue with waves, we shall walk down slowly and quietly, but shall look into each other's eyes without a word, and the wordless silence of happiness will fall over us.
First feel, then read, or read then feel, then fall, or stand where you already are. Think of yourself and the other selves. Think of your parents, your mothers and sisters, your bent-slit father, then feel, or fall on your knees if nothing else will move you. Then read and look deeply into all matters. Come close to you, city boys, countrymen. Make some muscle in your head, but use the muscle in your heart.
I will remember my oldest friends and the games we used to play. I will not forget my true loves, nor the days we spent together. I will remember my closest friends and the memories that we shared. I'll never forget who I was, nor how I came to be here. Someday I will return to the places I called home, to the songs that were not sung. To all who waited, I will come. Someday I will return to the young ladies that I love, to the words too sad for speech, for the memories I will come. Someday I will return to the friends I left behind, to all the debts I left unpaid, but most of all, for the love, yes, I will come.
Thank you.
We will remember our friends, our teachers, and our families, those who have touched our lives and found their way into our hearts. Perhaps the hardest part about graduating is leaving behind friends. All of us have grown so accustomed to our lives and our friends we love so much. The biggest comfort to me is that I will always remember those who mean so much, and I'll never forget the times we spent together. I urge each of you to hold on to your memories and keep them next to your heart. Although the distances between friends may change, the feelings and the memories will last forever. These are the days to remember. This concludes our baccalaureate. Thank you and good night.
We hit that more magic 4,000. I said, uh-oh, we're in lots of deep doo-doo. guys will stand up too. Stand up for Bonnie. You guys will stand as well, right? On behalf of the Hatboro-Horsham School District, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Commencement 1993. The school board, administration, faculty, and students are committed to making tonight's ceremony a traditional and dignified occasion. In addition, tonight's commencement exercise will be videotaped for graduates, friends, and relatives to enjoy as a memory for years to come. In an effort to make sure that every name is heard and every part of the ceremony takes place as scheduled, we ask that you refrain from the use of noisemakers or shouting at any point during the scheduled program. Let me thank you in advance for your cooperation. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce Bonnie King, a young lady who started the 1992-93 school year with great expectations and the hope of graduating with her class tonight. However, a tragic, senseless accident shattered Bonnie's dreams of a normal senior year. Bonnie's unfortunate experience has touched us all. In particular, her determination to fully recover and finish her education touches our hearts and minds on this momentous occasion. Bonnie, I am truly saddened that you will not graduate this evening, but I am strengthened by the thought that you are with us and improving every day. On behalf of the class of 1993, we've presented you with the traditional graduation rose, a symbol of our love and commitment to you. Please keep working hard. We wish you the best of everything. Let us know how we can help you. And above all, God bless you. Bonnie King. Thank you so much.
Fellow graduates, parents, friends, this evening I would like to welcome everyone to tonight's ceremony. For the graduating seniors, this night could not come soon enough. On the other hand, I'm sure there are parents here tonight who are wondering what happened to the little kid who needed their help to reach the light switch. From any perspective, this is a night to be proud. Our class has accomplished many things as it has traveled through 4 years together. We have been a part of several changes that have taken place. As freshmen, we witnessed the last Queen's Court to take place in Alden Field on Thanksgiving Day. Hatboro-Horsham wanted to change tradition for the better. In 10th grade, we watched the new leadership court take the field. This was a group of students who had worked hard to earn the respect of their peers and had attained leadership roles in the school community. As juniors, we made the move to the new high school. It was bigger and better than the old one, but it took a lot of getting used to. It seemed to lack the personality that the old school had. It seemed so institutionalized and unfamiliar. But as the year progressed, we personalized the new building, and it began to take on a character of its own. When we finally began to get used to the new building, we were told that for our last year at Hatboro, we would get to experience firsthand the wonderful world of intensive scheduling. At first, much to the disturbance of Mr. Hottenstein, many of us openly criticized a program of which we knew nothing. We were stuck in our ways and very unwilling to be guinea pigs our senior year. As upsetting as it was to some, the plan for the new scheduling took effect in September of 1992. We took the challenge, and as grades have shown, we overcame it. We adjusted to the longer class periods with relative ease and learned to appreciate the advantages of a school-wide study hall in the middle of the day. As a result, staying after school for meetings and extra help became obsolete. Those students who did not utilize the flexibility of the new system to schedule more academic majors were able to choose more elective courses to fill their schedule. Intensive scheduling is far from perfect, but I am proud to say that the class of 1993 took the change in stride and has hopefully discovered ways that it can be improved. Each and every one of the students graduating tonight has had 4 years to learn how to deal with change. Hopefully, this has helped prepare us for a future in a world that changes daily. I'd like to believe that we will continue to meet challenges in the same determined manner in which we met them in high school. In fact, I propose that we go into the world and initiate those changes. Please join with me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce a gentleman who you all know as a local state legislature, our senator, a gentleman who has been there for the Hatboro-Horsham School District and specifically the Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School. He supports education, he supports us, and we truly appreciate his efforts in helping us facilitate quality education. Please welcome the Honorable Stuart Greenleaf.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased and honored to participate in this ceremony, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of the class of '93 congratulations and best wishes for your future activities. And of course, for your parents and your loved ones and your friends that are here today supporting you and have been assured I'm supporting you from the beginning of your educational career. And you come from an educational process that has received many awards and many recommendations and accolades. And that starts with your school board and your superintendent, Dr. Strock, and your principal, Mr. Hottenstein, and of course, the fact that your teachers have turned out en masse here today to see the results of their work, and of course, they're here to support you, and I'm sure they're very proud of your accomplishments as your parents are, and your relatives and your loved ones are as well. This school district, as I say, is an outstanding one, in the high school particularly, and it's been recognized by the Department of Education that the Hatboro-Horsham High School has been recognized as a blue ribbon high school. And it's only a matter of a handful of high schools across the state that have received this honor and this recognition. And I wanted to come here this evening to personally present this to your principal and to your superintendent. And I have with me the certificate of commendation for the secondary school recognition program presented to Hatboro-Horsham High, Hatboro-Horsham School District. It's signed by the Secretary of Education and the Commissioner for Elementary and Secondary Education. Along with it, I've brought with me a congratulatory citation from the Senate of Pennsylvania. And I'll read portions of it, and I want to read it because it basically goes over some of the reasons why your high school has been chosen for this honor. And it reads, whereas Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School was chosen as a blue ribbon school for 1992 by the Pennsylvania Department of Education, and whereas recognized as one of the 19 top secondary schools in the state, Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School is under the leadership of Principal David Hottenstein, The award came after several tumultuous years for the school, including a move into a new building in 1992 and the introduction of a time management system known as intensive scheduling this year. And whereas to qualify as a Blue Ribbon school, Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School has received this great honor because its students have demonstrated solid skills in reading, writing, mathematics, reasoning, and problem solving. Strong leadership and the working relationships with parents and the community were also taken in consideration. As a Blue Ribbon school, it has earned the right for evaluation by the United States Department of Education's program seeking the best schools in the nation. And I'm sure in a not too distant future, we're going to be here recognizing your school district and your school for a national honor, as you've received in the past. Now, therefore, the Senate of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania congratulates Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School on the great tribute which has been bestowed upon it, hardly recognized its exemplary record of service to students in the community, which is in keeping with the highest ideals and traditions of this Commonwealth. Has the Senate seal on it, the signature of the Secretary of the Senate, and is it a permanent record of the Senate of Pennsylvania. And I'm pleased and honored to present it to your principal this evening.
I really appreciate it. Dr. Strock, would you please come forward? Faculty and parents of the Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School, it gives me great pleasure to turn this framed certificate to you, Dr. Strock, and the school board to be placed in the Hatboro-Horsham School District Administration Building. Congratulations.
Thank you very, very much. And I think I will take the opportunity to present this back for mounting into senior high school to the best high school principal of the best senior class with the best parents and the best community in the United States, Mr. Heidenstein.
Greetings, Mr. Hottenstein, Dr. Strock, school board members, fellow graduates, and honored guests. This evening is a major turning point in all of our lives. Our high school graduation represents the time when we must let go of our adolescence and begin the journey into adulthood. Since our very first day of school, 13 years ago, when we wore those colorful new sneakers that we didn't even know how to tie and carried our shiny lunchboxes with cartoon characters painted on the front, our lives have been centered around Hatboro-Horsham. Now that we are graduates, however, our years spent here at Hatboro-Horsham will remain only in our memories, and we must focus on the issues facing our generation. Our journey forward will by no means be an easy one in today's society. The current economic situation in the United States does not look promising. Right now, 1 in every 5 Americans is living at or below the poverty level, and most of those people are children. Divorce rates are higher than ever before, indicating that the commitment to strong family life seems to be deteriorating. Pollution is destroying vital regions of our environment, which can never be replenished at an almost uncontrollable rate. And drug wars continue to rage on in our cities. The medical community continues to battle the AIDS epidemic, which is claiming thousands of lives annually. As we are constantly bombarded by the media with one dismal story after another, the outlook for the future often looks hopeless, almost as if we are doomed to fail before we even begin. And yet, when I look out at this graduating class, I can see countless signs of hope. As I was reading through the senior section in this year's yearbook, I couldn't help but feel a sense of optimism. I was inspired when I read some of the future goals of our class. Among us, there are several people who are planning to go into environmental studies, join the Peace Corps, provide social services, or help others through entering the medical field. Others strive to become government leaders, and many others plan to share their experiences with future generations through teaching. And then there are some who have goals as simple as to make a difference or to find love. I believe that our generation is capable of changing the priorities of society. I like to think that the heroes of our children will not be the multi-million-dollar athletes and rock stars, but rather they will be the leaders in the fight for peace, and those who have made the lives of others better, whether it is by discovering a cure for cancer or by building homes for the homeless. As Tom Brokaw once said, "It's easy to make a buck. It's a lot tougher to make a difference." This class cares about the future. And though we may go our separate ways, together we can make a difference. And as each one of us has set a goal for ourselves for the future, each of us has also created our own definition for success. But as we move on past Hatboro-Horsham to make an impact on the world, we need to keep in mind what Ralph Waldo Emerson said about success. What is success? To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, that is to have succeeded. Best wishes and good luck always to the class of '93. May you greet all of the problems facing our generation with hope and optimism. And may you all find success in your own unique way.
Good evening, Dr. Strock, Mr. Hottenstein, and other guests. I'd like to share a poem with you this evening. It's called This Bridge, written by Shel Silverstein. This bridge will only take you halfway there, to those mysterious lands you long to see, through gypsy camps and swirling Arab fairs, and moonlit woods where unicorns run free. So come and walk a while with me, and share the twisting trails and wondrous worlds I've known. But this bridge will only take you halfway there. The last few steps you'll have to take alone. Fellow graduates, this ceremony marks the end of this path. The path we have traveled on for the past 13 years. We have not always traveled on the same path, nor at the same pace. But what's important is that we all have reached a common destination. It wasn't easy getting here. From the first day of school, when we were pushed and pulled hesitantly through the kindergarten doors by our parents, to the ceremony where we will proudly walk across the podium to receive our diplomas, our lives have been filled with uncertainties. However, as the narrator in the poem invites us to come and walk a while with me and share the twisting trails and wondrous worlds I've known, every one of us has received the same invitation from parents, older siblings, and teachers. They've offered us their wisdom and experience, and more importantly, they've given us their love and support. As children, we wanted everything that is except responsibility. We're all 8, going on 18. But whenever something went wrong, we would turn to our parents or teachers, and they would make it better, just like magic. As adolescents, we knew everything. Well, at least that's what we thought. Added age brought added responsibilities and more chances that something would go wrong. Once again, our parents or teachers were always there to bail us out. However, the time has come for all that's changed as we approach adulthood. As the poem states, this path has taken us to the halfway point of a bridge of time, a bridge which connects the present to the future, if you will. On the far horizon lie those mysterious lands you long to see. It's the land of your dreams, a land too perfect to be true. But how will you get there? For this bridge will only get you halfway there. As you look out from the halfway point of the bridge, the immediate future looks overwhelming, ominous, mysterious, full of unknowns. What shall we do? Should we plunge in, climb down carefully, build another bridge? The answer lies within every one of us. The time has come for us to take responsibilities for our actions as well as their consequences, whatever they may be. So trust yourself, trust your judgment, for you have learned much. And the last few steps you'll have to take alone. Farewell, my friends. May you find much peace and happiness.
It is a distinct pleasure for me to be able to share with you the characteristics and accomplishments of the class of 1993. This class is the 8th class that I have had the pleasure of watching graduate, and it is safe to say that they stand tall as I look back over past graduating classes. At this time, I would like to recognize certain groups of students who have excelled in a variety of areas throughout their educational careers in our school district and were honored accordingly at Senior Awards Night. Please refer to the awards section in your commencement program. First, let me bring to your attention all those individuals who have received awards, including the Champions of Learning Medal winners, academic award certificates, monetary awards, and all other types of recognition. Students, would you please stand and be recognized? Have a nice round of applause. Thank you. Let me tell you exactly what that encompasses. On Tuesday evening, these students received just under $300,000 in gifts and private scholarships. It doesn't include loans and grants from colleges and universities. And that's just for 1 year. If you project that out over 4 years, it comes very close to $1 million that this class will receive to continue their education in some way. That is truly outstanding. I'd like to ask the National Honor Society members who are dignified this evening by wearing their gold tassels to please stand and be recognized. Voted by the faculty, truly outstanding students. Thank you. A group of students that come to us each year and mean so much to us. They bring a different culture. They become our friends. They teach us a great deal. And tonight, they graduate with the class of '93. Hubert de Kock from Belgium, please stand as I mention your name. Katerina Grossimanova, please hold your applause until they're all standing. From Czechoslovakia. Daniela Sodiyama from Brazil. And lastly, Maria Salcedo from Venezuela. How about a nice round of applause? Thank you for everything you've done. We really enjoyed having you here this year. Lastly, a group of leaders that without which we would not have the kind of success that we have at Hatboro-Horsham. It takes strong administration, certainly, and strong faculty, absolutely. But if you don't have strong student leadership, if you don't have the kind of accomplishments and the kind of year and the kind of class that we have here, I want to thank Class President Amy Sponseller, Vice President Charles Duncan, Secretary Brandon Acker, and Treasurer Stuart Brown. Please stand and be recognized. Outstanding job. Thank you. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention two people who did an outstanding job as part of our student council leadership. You heard from Becky earlier as she led us in the pledge to the flag, and her sidekick, Shana Carroll. Just an outstanding job. How about standing up and being recognized? Vice President, President, Student Council. Well done. Let me tell you about the future plans of this class. It's really quite impressive. 74%, that's a higher number than we have seen in some time, will go on and continue their education at a college or university of their choice. 2% will attend vo-tech, nursing, or business schools. 4% will enter our armed forces. Another 4% have full-time employment. All of you employers, 5% are looking for a job, and 11% are undecided. As you can see, this is an outstanding class that has a very bright future. There is no question in my mind that they are destined for greatness as they move through the 1990s and past the year 2000. Our parents have had such a great impact on our graduates and will continue to influence their future for years to come. You have worked with the school district to help your children reach this point in life. Without your guidance, support, and love, the graduating class would not be here this evening. As principal, I want to thank you, parents, for doing such a wonderful job with your children and working with us. How about a nice round of applause for your parents? Outstanding people. Last but not least, I want to thank all those people who make our school district a great place to learn. Our school board, our administration, our K through 12 faculty. The focus tonight is on the high school, but the K through 12 faculty, which is represented very well here tonight, has played a big part in these students reaching this goal, as well as our paraprofessionals, custodians, cafeteria workers. They all contribute, bus drivers, they all contribute to the maintenance of their education and for these young people being here tonight. And we congratulate all of you on your efforts. In my opinion, they are one of the best staffs in the state of Pennsylvania. It should be noted that over 78 staff members are in attendance tonight, probably another 20 or 30 involved in helping this become a successful commencement exercise. Believe me, that is unheard of. If you've been to any graduation ceremonies lately, I doubt that you've seen 78 people come out in cap and gown, sit with their graduates, and support this important evening. I'm very proud of our staff at all levels. There is one group that I want to honor first, however, tonight, a very special group, and then we're going to ask you to honor them all because they deserve it. We have a number of retirees this evening. Jim Haas, please stand as I call your name. Jim Haas, Barbara Little, Marilyn Sufer, Fran Taylor, and Dr. Marge Kuiper. They have over 100 years of service to our children. They are going to be greatly missed by me and the students that we serve. They've done a tremendous job for our school district, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish them the very best as they head out into the wonderful world of retirement. How about a nice round of applause? Thank you. You deserve it. Is a gentleman that has worked with me and been my right arm for a long time. He has been a teacher, a coach, an athletic director, an assistant principal for more years than he'd like me to mention. And during that time has made a mark on this district, on this high school, that will never be forgotten. He's impacted many of the graduates. He's helped so many people in a positive way. His contribution to the school district will be sorely missed. Please honor one last time my assistant principal, Mr. Lawrence Biddle. And last but not least, the faculty at large. Take a bow. You deserve it. Please stand and be recognized. For me, graduation marks a bittersweet time. Tonight I address the class of 1993 for the last time. Most likely, this will be the last time that you will sit together as a group. When you walk through those gates tonight and head back to the high school, I want you to reflect on where you've been, where you're going, and the significance of this day. The most noteworthy characteristic of this class is their personality. They're just plain nice kids, soon to be nice adults. They are accomplished. They have accomplished a great deal. They've made their mark, and they have impacted all of us in a positive way. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank the class of 1993 on behalf of everyone associated with the Hatboro-Horsham School District for extending the hand of cooperation, working hard, and making so many outstanding contributions to our school. As you walk from the stadium tonight, I am strengthened by the thought that our future is bright because of you, the class of 1993. You have the talent, the strength, the courage, and the motivation to meet the challenges that lie ahead. Thank you for being great. Thank you for sharing this year with us. And I promise you, none of us will ever forget you or our time together. Best wishes and good luck to the class of 1993.
I would like to add my congratulations to the class of 1993. I would like to share with you this evening a very short story, so you can smile because it's short. They all look so very serious. I'm sure this summer you may spend some time at the beach, and if not this summer, certainly sometimes in the future. And I'd like to share with you a brief story about the starfish that you might see there. A young man was walking down a deserted beach just before dawn, and in the distance he saw a frail old man. As he approached the old man, he saw that he was picking up stranded starfish and throwing them back into the sea. The young man gazed in wonder as the old man again and again threw the small starfish from the sand into the water. He finally asked him, "Why do you spend so much time and energy doing what seems to be such a waste of time?" The old man explained that the stranded starfish would die if left in the morning sun. "But there must be thousands of beaches and millions of starfish," exclaimed the young man. "How can your effort make any difference?" The old man looked down at the small starfish in his hand, and as he threw it into the safety of the water, he said, "It makes a difference to this one." To me, this story has an important message for each of us. As we go through our lives, we must take every opportunity possible to make a positive difference in the lives of others. You may want to volunteer to work with youth or a local fire department or ambulance corps, or maybe do something as simple as slowing down your car in a line of traffic to let someone else in. It's often the little things that we do that count. I personally believe that anything that we can do beneficial in the lives of others will have a positive effect on the quality of the world in which each of us live. So as you go to the beach, remember the story of the starfish and the old man's statement, "It makes a difference to this one." Thank you. It is now my honor and pleasure to present the graduates of 1993 to the school board. Mr. Carty, by the authority granted to me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I present to you the class of 1993. The principal and the faculty of the Hatboro-Horsham Senior High School have certified to me that they have met all the requirements for graduation and are entitled to receive their diplomas.
Thank you, Dr. Strock. It's a pleasure to receive such a fine group of young men and women. Good evening. On behalf of the Hatboro-Horsham School Board and our president, Mr. Robert Shaw, I would like to offer congratulations to all the graduates and their families. I would also like to congratulate the staff, faculty, and administration for yet another excellent year. You, the class of 1993, have reached a significant milestone in your lives. However, this graduation, nor any other graduation, means the end of learning. You will use the skills you acquired here at Hatboro-Horsham for the rest of your lives. One of our goals here in this school district is to graduate young adults who have the skills and the desire to be lifelong learners. We believe that the complexities of today's rapidly changing world can only be successfully dealt with by people who possess skills that will enable them to continue learning. We hope you've acquired those skills here at Hatboro-Horsham. Your school board directors have some other hopes for you. We hope we've provided you with the opportunity to achieve academically to your fullest. We hope we've provided you with an extracurricular program that helped you to develop the teamwork and leadership skills we believe are essential for success. And we hope that you have noticed and appreciate the tremendous and really unique support the communities of Hatboro and Horsham have shown for this school system. It is truly unusual. Also, we hope that wherever you go from here, you will have the desire and find the time to use the skills you've learned to provide some community service, perhaps even school board, and to serve others less fortunate than yourselves. Today is graduation for you, but for me and for the other school board members, it's payday. Our reward for the long hours, and believe me, they're long hours, in many meetings, is seeing all of you succeed as students and good citizens. We talk about you often at board meetings. You're the reason we serve, and we are very proud of you and your many accomplishments. We know that the young men and women of the class of 1993 from Hatboro-Horsham will make many positive and significant contributions to our society. All of us on the school board wish you happiness and success in your future endeavors. Again, congratulations. It is now my pleasure to present the first diploma to the president of the class of 1993, Amy Sponseller.
Charles Edward Duncan Jr. Brandon Kent Acker. Stuart Brown Jr. Rebecca Ann Cartier. Christopher Matthew Brown. Kristen Holly Perkins. Michael Keith Aid. Elisa Nicole Albert. Edward John Allen. Teresa Marie Barron. David Sykes Andrews III. Bridget Francis Basquell. David Richard Angelo Jr. Andrea Lynn Bell. Jude Thomas Bartol. Michelle Lynn Boyd. Matthew Daniel Barton. Kelly Ann Brennan. Howard Robert Bauman. Wendy Susan Brown. Richard John Benninghoff. Nina Elizabeth Bucci. Jason Eric Berg. Jacqueline Lynn Burley. Jason Reed Blastic. Kelly Marie Campbell. Damian Boris Borshevsky. Shayna Gabrielle Carroll. Robert Wesley Bowes. Karen Eileen Cavalier. Bernie Paul Botmeyer. Tracy Ellen Sereno. Mark Joseph Cameron. Jennifer Michelle Childers. Peter J. Cantagallo III. Dawn Angelique Clark. Brian Charles Carr. Lisa Ann Cornelli. David Edmund Carver III. Margaret Ann Couillard. Eric Khalil Sharon. Donna Marie Cripps. Anthony Robert Colello. April Louise Darr. Julian Howard Collis. Stacy Marie Davidson. Todd Brinton Cooper. Deborah Marie Doherty. Daryl Elwood Crawford. Vicki Nicole Doherty. James M. Danko. Christy Lynn Dowling. Brandon Charles Davis. Heather Jean Doyle. Douglas Scott Deegan. Kristen Lee Edwards. Hubert DeCock. Kristen Elizabeth Angie. Joseph Thomas Devine. Teen Veronica Evans. Mark Dante Dinezza. Barbara Ann Feichthaler. Dimitri Dirienzo. Cynthia Beth Fink. Henry S. Doman III. Julie Ann Fitzpatrick. John Spencer Drukas. Heather Lee Florist. Thomas Brian Dugan. Kimberly Emmeline Gallagher. Christopher Michael Emsley. Lydia Gaudio. Brian Jeremy Farley. Teresa Jane Gilbert. Heath Thomas Finney. Judy Lynn Giovinazzo. Jason Michael Finney. Jennifer Leslie Green. Brad James Fisher. Katerina Grismanova. Brian Anthony Flowers. Katerina Maria Galtieri. Sean Garrett Fosbrook. Jennifer Ann Heary. Jason Daniel Folk. Ann Elizabeth Hessinger. Eric George Frommel. Karen Lee Hirsch. Matthew Philip Fry. Lori Ann Hodson. Daniel Ross Facito. Monica Ann Hoffman. Christopher Michael Guida. Renee Jean Humphreys. Sean David Gardner. Allison Gail Jadzak. Thomas Christopher Gilmore. Leslie Jernigan. Richard William Goodwin. Brooke Leah Jervis. Christopher James Gramlich. Susan Songwon Kang. Richard Allen Griffith. Allison Ann Karmosky. James Ennis Grunden. Jessica Therese Kenny. Christopher George Hattersback. Lynn Marie Cornock. Michael Walter Haggerty. Marisa Catherine Kuhn. Eugene Stephen Hahn. Nicole Ann Leslie. Jason Forrest Herman. Stacy Lee Long. Michael Jason Herman. Heather McDonald. Michael Shane Hockle. Brandolyn Marks. Jacob Eyes Holcomb. Carolyn Ann Marks. Joseph Stephen Holland. Christina Marie McKeon. Stephen Brett Holmes. Brenda Lee McLaughlin. Timothy David James. Sharon Maureen McNally. Chad L. Johnson. Victoria Ann Merkel. Raymond Witt Jordan. Kelly Lee Metzler. Michael Patrick Kamnick. Lauren Montaigne. Michael Christopher Close. Diana Christina Morbido. Edward Allen Kroll. Jennifer Lee Morset, Michael M. Kwan, Karen Ann Morosky, Gary Robert Long, Jr., Heather Lynn Morris, Christopher Daniel Lutz, Lori Ann Merwin, Brian Madison, Erica Lynn Nieves, Daniel Joseph McCann, Tina Marie Nacero, Keith Adrian McCrary, Allison Kara Nuss, Daniel Thomas McDevitt, Joy Marie Oberholzer, Justin James McGowan, Lee Ann O'Donnell, Douglas Evans McKnight, Kristen Ann Pahira, David K. McLaughlin, Jagisha Ramesh Patel, Norman Miles, Tanya Marie Paulin, Thomas John Maffa, Michelle Leilani Pickrow, Mark Anthony Morbido, Susan K. Plymet, Jason Robert Mort, Dawn Kelly Prue, Chad Emery Mosang, Tanya Nicole Pugh, Corey Shane Mullen, Sherry Beth Purring, Jeffrey Alexander Neal, Sarah Irene Rankin, Barry Edward Neff, Gwen Ellen Riddington, Douglas Wayne Owens, Danielle Angela Rogers, Matthew Ivan Palmer, Stacy Lynn Ross, Kevin K. Park, Dana Marie Rowland, Francis William Pomerink Jr., Lauren Allison Russo, Scott Carson Randolph, Maria Salcedo, Carl Edward Raspberry Jr., Supide Jill Sammy, Jeffrey Bart Reed, Kara Ann Scheibner, Gregory Adam Roberts, Kimberly Ann Sherwood, Stephen M. Robinson, Rachel Lynn Shykoff, Peter Lorimer Robotham II, Kimberly W. Smith, Terrence Patrick Ruff, Daniela Sodiyama, Gregory A. Rupp, Tamara Ann Spillane, Stephen John Ryan, Stephanie Amy Stewart, Paul Daniel Sabo, Heather Ann Studenroth, Brian Thomas Schreiber, Colleen Marie Swigert, Matthew Richard Schultz, Melissa May Thompson, James Sexton, Allison Christine Tomlinson, Jonathan Shank, Catherine Valtz, Turk Paul Simon, Rosalind Flores Veo, James Michael Sparks. Kimberly Ann Verna. Robert Wiley Sparks. Shaway Walker. Matthew John Stahl. Kimberly Ann Walter. Joseph Engel Tryon. Allison Suzanne Warner. Shaka Patrice Solo. Jael Louise Warrington. Clinton Paul Walford. Tara Colleen Wood. Robert Walford. Richard D. Weichel. Stephen Edward Wentz. Dennis Martin Williams, Jr. Donald James Wilson. Joseph Woke.
As I stand here in front of you on my last day as a senior at Hatboro-Horsham, I think about this very field on which I gave all that I had to give on those cool autumn nights. As I look to the stands, I still picture the sea of black and red, and I still feel the apprehension that plagued me throughout our pregame warm-ups. And in my head, I hear the words which Coach Steinle gave to us before every game. You know what you have to do, just go out there and do it. We had prepared each week to face a new challenge. We knew exactly what we needed to do in every situation. All we had to do was apply our rehearsed knowledge on every play for 48 minutes. Today, however, with my football career ended, I recall Coach Steinle's pregame conviction with a more universal theme. If the average life expectancy is 72 years, and we think of every 18 years as 1/4 of our lives, then we have already played 1/4 of our lives graduating from high school. Therefore, high school has equipped us to deal with our second and third quarters, which basically encompass our years as working citizens. If we have done well in preparing ourselves in the first quarter, then our second and third quarters will be more comfortable for us to endure. If we work hard enough in the second and third, then we can put in the junior varsity and enjoy the rest of the game of life watching and cheering the youth from the sidelines. If you live any longer than 72 years, then I just consider it sudden death overtime. And be contented by being able to be around the game. So now, with 12 minutes of our lives expired, we must learn from our mistakes and huddle up to face the downs that lie ahead. Hatboro-Horsham has given us the preparation. Now we must apply our knowledge to every day of our 72 years. With timorous confidence, I feel that the only thing left to say is the truth. Simply stated, you know what you have to do. Just go out there and do it.
Turn around.
Congratulations, class of 1993. You're excused. Great ceremony. Nice job. Well said. Great job. Very nice message. Thank you. Great job. Did you take my glasses? Larry's got the glasses. Larry, raise your hand.